Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Reine Des Fleurs. And in the running theme of everything going wrong with my equipment, for some reason I could not get the sound to stream for this episode. So we're stuck without the voices or the music in the game for this episode. I'm so sorry about this. I cannot wait for my system to get fixed and come back. Alright, well anyway, if my own disasters weren't enough, there's disasters going on in the game because now we're finding out that things are not the way they should have been. And things have been kept from us all this time. Let's hear Hubert's explanation for all of this. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story.
If grace were to be supplied endlessly, then the population could expand infinitely as well. The goddess feared this and limited the grace that she bestowed.
This castle in the air called Partidam.
Yes, which means that the goddess also took grace from the land in the first place.
By which they mean, I don't think I did a very good job helping to translate this part, but, basically, the goddess took some grace from the land to make Partidam, I believe.
This is the truth. Are you disappointed?
No. I am shocked, but I must accept the truth. However, something still bothers me. What about the past reigns? Did they perform their tasks without knowing the truth the whole time?
That is right. However, the situation is far more serious now than it has been for the past reigns. I think it was better for them not to know.
I don't think so. Take that, Hubert. I disagree with you.
What?
At least, if I was in their position, I would have liked to have known the truth. Even though nothing would change after knowing the truth. I would want to fulfill my duties knowing exactly what it is that I'm doing.
Certainly, that is another way of thinking. However, I do not regret my decision. As I said, I don't believe it is always the right answer to disclose everything. So, from here out, we'll address the main issue. The duty of the reign is to send grace to the land through the nights. It is the same thing I've been telling you, but...
The problem is the source of the grace.
Yes, the land will not develop without grace. However, grace is limited now. We have only one goal. To minimize the consumption of grace and try to maintain the land's condition.
So, the goal is to circulate grace on the land.
Yes, exactly. Grace is certainly decreasing. However, that does not mean the whole world is going to be destroyed anytime soon. The grace left in the Tree of Life is the last resort. That is why I concluded that balancing the grace on the land by circulating it among what they have now is the best plan.
I understand very well what you mean, Hubert. But to be honest, I feel reluctant. Despite the repair of the country that would gain grace, when I think about the country that would lose it.
When you observe things only on the surface, it is natural to feel that way. But look at it from another view. It was not ideal in the first place for some parts of the countries to hold more grace than others.
That is...
The north and east are tormented by severe environments and climates. On the other hand, the south and west are guaranteed peaceful and wealthy lives. Don't you think this situation is rather unreasonable for some people? To equally bless the lands is a basic principle of benevolence, which we shall uphold.
Equality in the land is a basic principle of benevolence. No, that's not right.
I can't believe that you, as a reign, could refuse this principle. If the goddess heard what you just said, she would surely lament.
No, Hubert, you are wrong. Milene wanted to save the people, not the land. It's just one word, but it makes a huge difference. Stop resorting to petty tricks of the words, Hubert.
I suppose I did do that, but it wasn't intentional. Then again, the general idea is the same. This is too cruel a reality that it would be hard for you to accept it immediately. But conditions are worsening even at this moment. I want you to make up your mind as Reine.
You mean that we need to sacrifice little in order to save more?
Exactly. It is impossible to save all the people, since the Tree of Life holds no more grace. I considered every possible way, then decided that this is for the best. If there is a better course of action, I would like to hear it.
If Hubert says so, it seems there is no alternative, but... How can you trust him after all that? I don't believe him. I think he knows more than what he's saying. Just tell me one thing.
It needn't be one. I can tell you as much as you like.
The knights' bodies are connected to their respective homelands. Then, will they be affected by the circulating of grace that we will be doing?
Of course they will be. Depending on the case, they may even suffer more than they did at the ceremony. As stated in the reports, they weren't completely reluctant on the matter. What they want to know is the Reine's opinion, which means they trust in you. Can you betray their trust and resolution?
That if she decided she didn't want to do that, that wouldn't be betraying their trust. They would trust her decision no matter what she decided, I think. Betray? Would it be betrayal? That is not the case. Since there is only one way, then I have no choice. Don't even try to lead me right now. That's right.
I'm sorry. I become overprotective when it comes to you, as I have always been.
Hubert, I understand your position. However, I need you to trust in me if you demand my resolution as Reine. It is much better to know the truth, even if it is bitter.
I can tell you are ready now, so I will try to be honest henceforth.
I'm sorry if my words hurt you.
No, it was my fault you had to say those things.
Anyway, I now understand the current situation. It is difficult to sort out my feelings, but I know that there is no time. I will do what I can as a Reine.
Yes, that would be enough. Please ask me anything that would help you. I am always here to support you.
If only I could believe that. Thank you.
What is wrong? Is there something else concerning you?
There is one last thing I would like to know. I understand that our role is to extend grace. But that will only extend the time till the end of the world, not prevent it completely.
That may be, but there is nothing you can do about it. The miracle of producing grace can only be performed by the goddess Milene. Princess, I know this is merely a consolation, but... According to my prediction, grace will not completely dry up in this generation.
So, leave this to the next Reine and knights.
You already have a heavy responsibility, so why would you want to add to it?
Because we are stand-up people who won't just roll over and take it and leave it for the next generation. Is that really so? Should I accept his words? Is that Hubert's true mind?
I feel offended by this question. I certainly am in a position in which I have to make difficult decisions as Prime Minister. However, it is painful for me that Princess who I cared for and raised doubts my intentions.
No, that's not it. Why does he keep giving the wrong impression? Hubert, you have been holding the truth only to yourself all this while, right? After seeing reigns who do not know the truth, while grace still continues to decrease, you really haven't thought of another way. That's the last of your reserves. He looks cross-eyed. Please, Hubert, tell me the truth. He's keeping his mouth shut. Hubert.
We cannot even talk about the life of the goddess. To lead and care for Partidam and the reign as a divine spirit. That is my entrusted mission.
Hubert.
Princess, I am the same as you in some ways.
It sounds to me like he's saying that he knows a way, but it would involve the death of the goddess or something. I guess that's something else we'll find out later. But, or maybe he just doesn't even want to disturb her at all. To get any more grace out of her. But either way, it sounds like he's admitting that he knows something. Something that can be done, even if it's something he doesn't want to do. Well, like I said, we'll find out later. Probably not in the next video, probably further down the line. And let's see what we have for our Japanese words for the day. Okay, today let's talk about, please and thank you. Which you all probably know, but I'm gonna go over them today anyway. Please is onegai, onegai. Or to make it more polite, onegai shimasu. And thank you is arigato. Or to make that more polite, arigatou gozaimasu. So please, onegai shimasu, or onegai. And thank you, arigato, or arigatou gozaimasu. I hope to see you in my future videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.